Do you guys want to know a secret? I may put on this real tough guy, careless, carefree, fun-having guy front. Every time I'm working on my own bikes, I'm like, I hit it with a hammer, who cares, whatever, it doesn't matter. That all goes out the window the minute I'm working on someone else's bike. Weeks after we started, well, a week after, is a fine example of that. I did way too much research, read way too much, only to find out that I have all the proper tools and everything to do. There's nothing special about this. The bearings just stay in the cups. Just take them out. This is why I don't work on other people's bikes. Tony, I'm sorry this is taking so long. Also, my headset cup removal tool is mushrooming a little bit. We should probably fix that. Okay, that is progress. Not a lot of progress, but a little bit of motivating progress. I just needed this to get out of the way so that I could segue into the Q&A that we're about to do. And to answer the question that came up, hey, where's the update on your friend's bike? Here it is. And to appease this comment, not question, Q&As are boring, but what is interesting, if you started a fork repair channel, I could tell from your previous fork videos you're an expert. Anyway, I've got like a few things that I want to work on, so I'm going to work on them and answer questions at the same time, and we'll just see how poorly it goes. I'm going to start with this very quick and easy question. Is this supposed to look like the Misfits logo? Yes, it absolutely is. Okay, I have to go grab two bikes. This one, which is the perfect side piece for this next question. 2x or 1x for cyclocross? 1x. Do you have any desire to get into bike packing? So simply put, yes, I absolutely do. So I've never done the whole like pile everything onto the bike, leave your house and go for a ride. But you can see that my friend Dan and Colin both replied to that question saying they want to go, which means I have a good crew of people that I want to go do a bike packing trip with now. Oh, wow, this dent is way not as bad as I remember. Any gravity-oriented bike parks near you? And if so, any plans on visiting? Yeah, there's actually a hill called Kepik that is close, and I've done a few videos there. One of my best videos that I've ever shot and edited, I think, is from a trip to Kepik Mountain. All in all, yes, absolutely, you can expect to see more or like the same amount of sort of downhill, traily stuff that you maybe saw last year. Here's a fitting question, seeing as I have a wheel and tire in my hand. Do you have any plans to 650B any of your gravel or cyclocross bikes, or did the redwood turn you off from that? I have no plans to do that, and it's not because I've been turned off from it, it's just I don't necessarily feel the need to go to such a big tire on any of my other bikes, especially when I already have the redwood. Not to mention it's a bit of an expense to take on to like try and build a new wheel set for whatever bike that I would build it for. And I kind of want to put that money somewhere else. Kevin Ford, I think your question could almost be its own video, so we'll probably do that sometime this month. We're putting mud tires on the Crux, by the way. That's what's happening here. Jack Ellis asks, where in the video is this question? Right here. Here's an easy one to just bang out. Will a SRAM chainring work with a Shimano 8-speed cassette and Shimano 9-speed chain? Yes. Sam, if you were in a spot where you had to get rid of all your bikes but one, which would you keep? I answer this question, I think, every Q&A, and I think I change my mind every time. I think I'm gonna make this as a separate video as well. Wide rims will make every tire look cooler. Do you think it's worth an upgrade going from a 26er to 650B wheel set to make it more modern and updated? No, on an older bike, I don't think it's worth it, especially because there's this like growing trend of people doing what we had done with the Rockhopper or what we had done with the Guru, in using a older 26-inch wheel bike with modern parts, maybe throwing drop bars on it, but not necessarily. But there's now a demand for nicer, better 26-inch tires than there was maybe like 3 or 4 years ago. When are you gonna try suspension fork on the Redwood? This summer, probably. How would you build a small backyard cyclocross skills course? It's funny you asked that. Last year, my friend Brent, before he moved to Ontario, was over and we actually kind of did that. There just needs to be some barriers to like practice hopping over in like a race simulation. Wireless or wired shifting for gravel or commuting at some point. I want to try that Archer thing that Russ has. It's about time this thing got some real cyclocross tires on it, even though I haven't raced it or anything. I just kind of wanted to see what it looked like. Tips and tricks for riding on crusty snow and ice. Lower your tire pressure, hopefully you don't get a flat, and ride with like loose hands. Try riding in that situation more often. I've never tried studded tires, apparently those are pretty good. My friend Nick asks, when are you gonna sell some bikes? Probably never. For some reason there was a bunch of interest in seeing what this shed looks like. It's really nothing to look at, it's just hooks on the wall. But I'm in here for you. These Continental Contacts, they're good tires, but they're just not what I'm looking for on a track lacrosse bike. You've characterized yourself in the past as a Sram fanboy. Is that still true, or has Advent taken over your affections? Definitely still a SRAM fanboy. Will you be doing more bikes and part reviews in the future? Have you considered reaching out to companies to get demos? Someone just bought stickers. You know what? I actually fielded this question before starting this Q&A session, and I did just that. I've never reached out to companies before. I've maybe done it like twice before starting this, and I have zero faith in any of this following through, but I'm going to show you the list of companies that I either reached out to or tried to reach out to. It's this. You can pause here and see what they are. Funny thing is the first one, Envy, that is here with the note not going anywhere. Guess who already responded today? Envy. Now, as expected for this time of year, there's no parts. Like, nobody can even give anything out, even if they do want to work with you. But Envy, I did not give you guys enough credit. Thank you for the response. So yes, that's the most effort that I've ever put in to reaching out to companies to try and get like demo products or whatever to make content for this channel. Some good denting here on this rear wheel. Proud of those dents. When are you gonna ride the Guru? I don't know, the brakes on it work really, really bad. My favorite videos are the cheap bike upgrades. Any plans on doing more of those? Of course there's more plans on doing more of those. Here's a good question. Can you fit a 29er tube in a cyclocross size tire? Oh, it's backwards! All right, both these bikes ready to go, so I'm gonna put them away again. This is proving to be a far more productive use of time. Whether it's truly watchable or not, I can't speak to that yet, but due to the productive nature of doing a Q&A and small little tasks at the same time, I may as well fulfill these sticker orders and show you guys what everybody's gonna get for a drawing. If you had to replace the Schwinn with another modern hardtail, what would you go with? So honestly, if I was gonna replace the Moab with anything modern, it would just be like a steel, you know, the sun. It'd just be like a small tubed steel version of that bike. Alan, you are getting Bad Sloth 9 of 10. He's grabbing for some iced tea. Neil, portrait of Bad Sloth 10 of 10. Ever consider putting a 26-inch wheel on your mountain bike? It had a 26-inch wheel on the rear. I was going to make a video talking about it, but the brand new tire that I bought for it, the sidewall got slashed, it got destroyed. And I was so mad about that I just gave up. I didn't want to ride it anymore. So those tires are on the Guru now with tubes in them. And so no, I'm probably not going to do the mullet setup on the mountain bike. Mario, you're actually getting Bad Sloth 11 of 10. I don't know why, but I felt the need to draw a sloth riding a 26-inch Klein. I don't really want to give up this. I'm going to scan this because I like this. If you could design your perfect piece of cycling clothing, what would it be like and why? So I'm like a little bit obsessed with jackets. I'm not entirely sure why, but the dream jacket is something that's like totally usable on the bike, has back pockets, has like the zip pocket here, maybe a hood. Actually, I think definitely a hood, and it wouldn't look weird on the bike or off the bike. So it'd be like warm, semi-fitted, typical cycling pockets in the back, hood, no flashy anything. Something that I could like wear on my BMX. I could wear it cross-country mountain biking. I could wear it enduro riding. I could wear it on a commute. I could even maybe get away with wearing it on a road bike. And then the minute that I walk into like a coffee shop, bar, whatever, I don't look out of place. Okay, I'm all out of sloth, so I have to draw something else. I'm thinking just bikes. Bikes are so fun to draw. The Modern Retro 26. That's for you, Chris. Been thinking of a dirt jumper or a BMX. Could you give some insight on what to look for in the BMX realm? So when you're searching for your bike, make sure the frame is 4130 chromoly. It does raise the price, I will say that much, and that your rims are some sort of double wall. Try not to buy a bike that has a like standard American bottom bracket. Get one that has a mid or a Spanish so that you can upgrade your cranks later. Sam Escamilla, that's a good fit. Mike Escamilla, very good BMXer. If you get a chance to move into a bigger warehouse, what are some of the other projects you'd like to start? When I was younger, I had this opportunity to go on a BMX tour with 10-Pack. There was a BMX distributor here in Canada, and we got to go to Newfoundland. And there was a shop there, a BMX shop called Turn Down. And it was a retail space, and in the back was the skate park. And the way that Rob, who owned it, the way he ran his business was, here's the bike, here's the gloves, here's the whatever. Go try it. See if you like it. And I very vividly remember his interactions with people who were there just to ride, people who were there to shop and ride. And that business model and like the idea of it, I'm just like, oh man. I can't even like truly put into words the amount of different ideas and opportunities that could come out of a space like that. This next drawing is drawing 69. Oh man. Another one that I'm jealous to give away. I think this will be the next series. Trucks with sick bikes in the bed. All right, I'm hoping this wasn't too long or drawn out. It was super productive. I've never gotten so much done in a Q&A session in my life. We're on drawing 70 now. 70. I feel like I should do something for drawing 100. Thanks for hanging out with me, especially in this room that keeps changing brightness and color. I'll see you tomorrow.